Can you believe we just did that?
I know. We just filmed for 2 weeks and...
This is the beginning of an extremely incredible trip.
It's a big trip.
It's a bucket list trip. Africa. Remember how we've dreamed of visiting this place since we were like 10 years old? We all saw The Lion King and at one point or another thought to ourselves, man, I would do anything to go to Africa and see lions and elephants and all kinds of crazy things. Well, for us, that dream has never really gone away. Fast forward to 2020 when we started our HP, I remember thinking to myself in the dreaming phase, what if one day we got paid to fly to Africa and just film incredible things? Well, looks like dreaming and hard work really can pay off for us. I think the best way to really jump into this trip is to showcase all the incredible experiences we had, from the people and the places to the animals that we got to see.
Right.
Imagine you're in one place, like one continent, and then all of a sudden you're in a completely different continent, but you're still in the same place. Tanzania does that for you. Picture you're in a lush rainforest in the mountains of Kilimanjaro, and then out of nowhere, you're in the dry, endless desert plains of the Serengeti. I mean, this place is nuts. And honestly, if I went day by day showing you every single piece of footage we have, this video would take like 2 hours. So let's go ahead and jump into the good stuff. So like I said, the landscape here is crazy. We actually opened this trip with a drive up Mount Kilimanjaro into the rainforest to visit the Chaga tribe and make some coffee. Now, if you know me, you know that I absolutely hate coffee. I have tried multiple times and I don't know, I can't get myself to see what the desire is. But most of the people in our group, shy of me and Gary, love coffee. So this was an amazing experience for them. What I did like though, was my first time really encountering some true Tanzanian people and getting to know their culture a little bit better. And I'm telling you right now, like, you find me a country with happier, just more friendly people. Oh wait. So our next stop took us to the Maturuni hot springs. This was something I was super excited about. It was like the Hakuna Matata scene in Lion King when there's this perfect oasis in the middle of nowhere. That's where we went. You know we had a good time swimming in there. I mean, it was the perfect temperature. It was nice and clear. The water was beautiful. The trees were beautiful. Everyone was just having a good time. So traveling in Tanzania is an experience on its own. From these like super unpaved roads to airbusing. So we took a prop plane from Arusha to the northern Serengeti.
Part of the dream of coming to Africa was always to see animals, but I had no clue what kind of experiences I was going to get into. And if you come at the right time of year, you get to see something incredible.
The Great Migration. This is the gathering and movement of hundreds, no, thousands, no, millions and millions of wildebeests. Yes, the same ones that killed Mufasa. R.I.P. I totally get it now in The Lion King when Zazu says, "Oh look, sire, the herd is on the move." These dudes move. And with all that said, the river crossing is the highlight of a safari at this time of year. And people will travel from everywhere to come see a crossing. And they'll wait and wait and wait and wait and never see one. We got to see not only one, but two. Now, getting content like what you just saw, not so simple. It takes hours. You're waiting for that one wildebeest to make this loud mooing sound like he's going, "Charge!" And boom, they go. And the funny thing is that we learned, when they go, you go. Finding animals in Africa, not that hard to do. What is hard to find is the big five. This is essentially the top 5 animals that, without a doubt, if you were in the middle of nowhere and they saw you, they're charging at you and you're pretty much done for. We're talking about male lions, elephants, water buffalo, leopards, and rhinos. Apparently, people travel from all over the world to come on safari, and their main purpose for this is to see the big 5. And they'll never see all of them. They might see elephants and water buffalo. They might see rhinos and lions. You get the picture. Well, we had the literal best of the best guides. And guess what? We got to see all of them. On safari, you see what have we seen today? Lions, cheetahs, hippos, elephants, giraffes, buffalo, baboons, all kinds of stuff, and you get great shots. You have to kill the bottom. Cheers. Cheers, man. How as amazing as the animals are, we've been shooting wildlife for a while now, and it was great to see them in their natural habitat, but still, I don't think any of this amounts to the people and the places that we got to see and meet. You see, as a videographer and a photographer, you have those bucket list shots, those shots that you would do anything to get. And for me, one of my bucket list shots is the Maasai tribe in Africa, and especially getting this really cool low shot of a bunch of kids in their village running towards the camera, smiling and being happy. Well, wouldn't you know it, I got that exact shot. I can't wrap up this video without talking about the unexpected bucket list experience. On our last full day here in Tanzania, we got to hike up Mount Kilimanjaro once again, hike through the jungle and the rainforest through one of probably the slipperiest treks I've ever been on in my life. We come around this corner.
Oh, it's so beautiful!
And all of a sudden, there's this massive, gorgeous, majestic, glacier-fed waterfall. And it was in that moment that I realized this is probably one of my biggest bucket list moments ever. I have always wanted to hike through a rainforest to a waterfall. I don't know why. I didn't know I needed that. But it was in that moment that I realized I needed it, and I got to check it off my list. Now, if you know me, you know that it doesn't take long for me to be by water to eventually get into the water. Under the water and walking to the water was nothing but big, jagged, sharp, loose rocks just like this. But none of that was going to stop me. It was such a fun experience having everybody just refreshed and feeling that sense of accomplishment at the very end of a trip. I mean, this was easily one of the top 5 experiences of my life. Getting to wrap up a bucket list trip with an unexpected bucket list event and a bucket shot. I mean, what more can you ask for? Now I have to wrap this video up by saying thank you to a couple of people. First, I need to say thank you to Dominic and Jennifer. You guys put together and choreographed an incredible trip, and we can't thank you enough for it. Your expertise truly shines. Next, I have to thank our guides, Pray God and Victor. You guys, you put us right in the middle of the action the whole time, and you really know how to entertain. You definitely have a forever friend in all of us. To the group, walking side by side with y'all on this trip was an experience in its own, and I can't thank y'all enough for making it so memorable, and I can't wait to do it again. Lastly, to the people of Tanzania, thank you so much for your generosity, your kindness, and your friendliness. You truly helped to make this trip feel safe, fun, exciting, and I can't wait to recommend Tanzania to anybody that I see. It is definitely my #1 place to visit in the world. Looking back now, after wrapping this trip, it's amazing to think we did it. No matter what life threw at us, the dream we had from such a young age finally came true. And to think that life is still unfolding. We haven't even reached the final chapter yet. And to you, you've been there this whole time, watching our content, pushing us to work harder, supporting our dreams and our crazy ideas. Through all the ups and downs, you never gave up on me. If it weren't for you, there's no way my dream would have ever come true. So I dedicate everything, all of this, to you.